What up, it's Ty 1822 back with another WWE Smackdown review. Now, the last two episodes from Smackdown was piss poor, but how was this show? If you want to know, please stay to end the review for my final overall thoughts on the show. So, the show did start out pretty well between Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu. And it's a blessing in the sky that Drew McIntyre is no longer the WWE champion. Once he started the feud with Cody Rhodes, his character became damaged goods. Now that's over. Drew McIntyre, Jacob Fatu. I want to say it here, like I said on Twitter. Don't be surprised. This be the best build program for WrestleMania. I love everything these two guys do with each other, and they did have more stuff throughout the night. And I will get to the final part of Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. MFT versus R-Truth and Damian Priest WWE Tag Team Championship match. And thank God we had brand new tag team champions. The Y6 got involved. Damian Priest, R-Truth. Yes. MFT and the tag champions did not do anything for me. Now, the positive thing is R-Truth, Damian Priest, make sure tag team, they're going to bring some entertainment value to this piss poor division. But the bad thing is that MFT and Y6 program still going on. And for the people who do not know this feud between these two factions is going on for 5 months. Not one soul asked for MFT and the Y6 to have a 5-month program. And all I know, the program better not head to WrestleMania. You end it on Smackdown. You hear me, Triple H? And speaking of tag team match, we have Fraction versus the Motor City Machine Guns, which was a solid match. Kansas Ray was out there, and she helped the Guns get the win. Now, Alice Shelley, Chris Sabin had no idea she was the reason for it. They had been teasing a possible split between Alice Shelley and Chris Sabin, and I pray to God it does not go in that direction. Now, Johnny Gargano, I have no idea what the hell he's going to do, because Tommaso Ciampa is AEW. And I'd rather see Johnny join, but I have no idea when his contract is running up. Now, will they have these four together? Or will Alice Shelley and Chris Sabin be a tag partner of Johnny Gargano? But at the end of the day, it's going to be a whole nothing burger. And I hope someday the Motor City Machine Guns also be in AEW. One of my favorite tag teams of all time, and they don't get no reaction in AEW. It just makes me completely sad. Randy Orton comes out and explains why he attacked Cody Rhodes. And Randy was great in this promo segment. He said he's ready to become a 15-time WWE champion. The voice in his head told him he's going to beat Cody Rhodes for the WWE championship, and the crowd ate it up. Orton is not going to get heel heat in this program. And WWE even came out and said it. But the reason why I did it because babyface Orton versus Cody Rhodes as a babyface just sounds boring. At least the feud will be entertaining because Randy Orton loves being a heel. And the crowd going to love Orton being a heel because it takes you back to your childhood. Hell, a fan and the crowd had an 09 Orton sign. That's all you need to know about the crowd when it comes to Randy Orton. And great job by WWE keeping Cody Rhodes off the show to sell the attack. So, Sami Zayn continues to be a very weird ring character in the WWE. He's talking about the situation with Cody Rhodes. And also, we get another segment with him and Trick Williams. More than likely, Trick Williams and Sami Zayn will be a WrestleMania match because they have so many backstage segments with each other. He got a match with Aleister Black. Like I said, this is just a new version of Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux. Trick Williams come out there watching Sami Zayn match. Now, Sami Zayn attacked Trick Williams, and I said to myself, okay, are they going to tease a possible double turn between both? Because Trick Williams over as hell. They booed Sami Zayn. And when Sami Zayn got back in the ring, Aleister Black hit with a black mask for the 1, 2, 3, and the crowd popped for that black mask. Man, I did not see this coming for Sami Zayn. He went from, I want to be a world champion, what the crowd is getting behind him, to a guy that's getting booed every single week on SmackDown. If Sami Zayn not going to be a heel. Lord have mercy. Truly, what the hell did you do to this poor old man? Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley. Now, the last two segments, not that good. Now, this one, I would say it was a much more improved, but I'm still looking for more. Now, I did like the fact that Jade Cargill came out like, I don't give a damn about no one in the back. I am still that bitch. Rhea Ripley so far in this feud, I feel like she's just not really into it. Originally, I know Bianca Belair posed to face Jade Cargill. Who knows? Maybe Rhea really do not like Jade Cargill, but I thought that, okay, if you don't really like someone, you should really be invested in the feud. And usually that's when you get when you are not really a fan of someone you work with in professional wrestling. But Rhea really feels like she's just going through the emotions in this entire program. I don't feel like Rhea really wants to be the women's champion like she did last year when it came to feuding with Io Sky and Bianca Belair. But I will say I did like the fact that we got B-Fab and Micha involved. And it looked like they were going to attack Jade Cargill, but no, it was a swerve. Michin and B-Fab attacked Rhea Ripley. And now Jade Cargill have a stable, just like she did in AEW with the baddies. Now she have it here in the W. Now, here's the thing. Michin and B-Fab, will they be a credible tag team? Now they with Jay, or they will just be lackeys? Most likely, I see not Jay. I see Rhea Ripley just taking those two out next week. I highly doubt that Trey will have some plans for Michin and B-Fab. I know a lot of people will say, well, B-Fab, was feuding with Jay. Why would she join her? Hey, they always say sometimes you can't beat them, join them. Look at Kevin Durant. We went to the Golden State Warriors if you watch NBA basketball. Dragon League. Elif Dragunov versus Carmelo Hayes, WWE US Championship match. These two guys had very good chemistry. This was the match of the night. This was a match that you could have had on a PLE, but you got it tonight on the USA Network. Still your US champion, Carmelo Hayes. I thought this match would take place at WrestleMania, but they can run it back. This is the third match between these two. Just do a final match at WrestleMania. Doubt you need a gimmick for it. Just have a regular standard match, and it should be a very good one where I expect Elif Dragunov to defeat Carmelo Hayes for the U.S. Championship. So we have Kit Wilson calling out Jelly Roll, and by my surprise, people, I actually enjoyed this segment. They had like a little poem battle, and Kit Wilson was actually entertaining. The crowd was getting behind him with the jokes, calling Jelly Roll, big, saying, his dick small and everything. But Jelly Roll had some good comebacks, talking about his mom, and Kit Wilson attacked them, and they announced next week on SmackDown that Kit Wilson would take on Jelly Roll on SmackDown. Who would have thought that Jelly Roll would be in the match on SmackDown? I thought they would just say for PLEs. But man, I couldn't believe I actually enjoyed this. And Kit Wilson, I was never high on him in his tag partner Pretty Deadly, but ever since he became a single guy because the partner is injured, hopefully he recover fast, he actually grown him, and the crowd likes what he's doing. So he could be, a solid mid-card act on SmackDown. Bella Twins versus Last Legend, Nia Jax, W Tag Championship match. Alexa Bliss, Charlotte ringside, and this match was a waste of goddamn time. They did what they did last week. No disqualification. Truly have no fresh ideas. I am not surprised at all by this stupid outcome. They're going to have Alexa Bliss, Charlotte versus the Bella Twins, but they did not mention it will be for number contendership. So what's the point of doing that match? I bet, once again, Last Legend and Nia Jax will get involved, and it will be another DQ. And that'll be 3 straight episodes of Charlie doing a DQ finish with the tag teams. Completely stupid as hell. And it'll be 3-way at WrestleMania. And now let's talk about something I did like. Randy Orton, after was getting a pep talk by Jelly Roll. And Jelly Roll was actually pretty good in that segment with Randy Orton. And Jelly Roll can actually talk on a microphone. Come a lot better than a lot of babyface in the WWE. So Orton came out and he started acting like a babyface. Started shaking kids' hands and other fans. He wanted to apologize to Zack Ryder, saying, hey, I play video games too. I mean, say all this stuff about you. But we all know Randy was going to whoop his ass, and he kicked him in the ding-ding, RKO, ripped their shirt off, threw on an announce table, was ready to take out the way he took out Cody Rhodes, but he was able to bring back in the ring, and put a chair around his arm. The refs, security tried to stop, but they could not do it. Randall stumped on his arm. The last time Maradona got buried, when Kane took his ass out, it just took me back to that time period. And the crowd chanted, one more time, one more time, one more time. It lets you know, whatever you're trying to do or in the crowd is going to cheer from, reminding of the days of Stone Cold Steve Austin when they tried to do everything to get him booed and it just didn't work. So Rainier was the highlight of this show, and they had Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre fighting on top of something, and both guys end up falling. You have everybody outside with Nick Aldis. Like, hey, get some help on Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. So that was a fun way to end SmackDown. SmackDown had a good way to start off and a good way to end the show. And this was a SmackDown where I could say I didn't feel like I wasted throughout my life like I usually do. And I would say this was a decent SmackDown. The build for WrestleMania is still not there for me, but I do appreciate what they did with Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton stuff tonight on this episode of SmackDown. So if you watch SmackDown like me, give me your thoughts on the show. Negative, positive, I inspire by the content per usual. Hit that like button on the video. As always, don't forget, hit the subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.